I will always be a failure. And maybe that's just my life's purpose. These were words that I used to believe. Words I would continuously repeat to myself over and over again because no matter how hard I tried, every effort seemed to end in another setback and another reason to believe I was falling behind. For almost 10 years of my life, I was always put in positions in where the outcomes would never end up in my favor. At 17, I moved to Korea after being cast as a K-pop trainee under one of the industry's biggest labels. I dreamt of debuting in a boy group and using music to bring comfort, community, and healing to others, but I never made the final lineup. 2 months after returning home, I enrolled in community college, hoping I would eventually discover a new purpose. Instead, I struggled academically and was rejected from nursing school twice. By the time I was finally accepted into a nursing school, I thought life would finally begin moving forward again. But instead, I experienced bullying. I failed multiple classes and was eventually dismissed from the program altogether. In experiencing these series of events back to back throughout those years, I found my heart becoming deeply numb and deeply doubtful, as if failure was essentially my destiny. There would never be a light at the end of the tunnel. And granted that my community has always been there to support me and love me at my lowest points, I still felt lonely in a journey that I felt like no one could completely understand. And seeing so many people in my life prosper in their careers and relationships, becoming one of the top celebrities of the world, and overall being given the chance to live their dreams, here I was, putting all my efforts to try and make a successful life for myself, but always ending up falling short. In all honesty, the overall thought of me thinking that I could be successful in this lifetime was just a fantasy I never thought would ever come true. Being stripped away from everything that I literally put all of my heart and soul into did feel like it was the end of the world. It felt like I was dying. And it did come to a point in where I wasn't just comparing myself to other people's achievements. I ended up comparing my timeline to theirs, and I started defining my worth based off of every single setback and every single failure that I've experienced in my life. But when I look back thoroughly and think about the development throughout that journey, it did make me realize that those years weren't wasted. They were preparation. I learned that resilience isn't simply about continuing forward. It's about continuing to show up for yourself, even when the outcome isn't what you pray for. It's choosing kindness over bitterness, humility over pride, forgiveness over resentment, hope over despair. And when those choices become everyday habits, perseverance is no longer just something you do. It's who you become. The moment I stopped defining myself by my setbacks was the moment that I actually developed the strength to continue moving forward. It wasn't when my circumstances changed when I found hope. It was when I decided to change my perspective. The light at the end of the tunnel wasn't something I found. It was something I slowly became willing to believe in. And today, I am truly proud to say I was able to successfully appeal back into nursing school, graduate with my BSN, and am now officially a newly licensed registered nurse and an independent artist hoping to share my heart and passion for music. My love letters to you. Nothing in this life is ever easy, and the tribulations that we face are presented differently in our lives. But just remember, just because you might feel like you're suffering alone in silence, feeling behind in life, or feeling like an absolute failure doesn't mean that your life is over and that you've been forgotten. If anything, you are loved and cherished way more than you think you are. You are stronger than you think you are. You are smarter than you think you are. And you are deserving of a fulfilling life and making your dreams come true. If you are watching this today, feeling behind, questioning your worth, wondering if life forgot about you, I hope a glimpse of my story can remind you that your setbacks don't mean that you're failing. Sometimes, rebuilding is exactly how your life becomes what it was always meant to be. Keep showing up, keep believing, keep rebuilding, keep dreaming. Your story is still being written, and to everyone who is still rebuilding, this is my love letter to you.